Amazon PPC day parting. It's finally good. It took this long before I could endorse it myself because we've seen AI tools test this for 2 or 3 years now. But now it's directly inside of Seller Central's UI, which allowed us to test it under Amazon's blessing. We're now seeing positive results and good ROI. My name is Stephen Pope. I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy, and I'm going to first show you the results we got on one account. We just tested this on an account last week, and the results are amazing, actually. 32% lift overall. Pretty excited about it. I don't get excited about a lot of tools that come out of Amazon. Typically speaking, for every 10 tools that come out of Amazon, only one is good. This is going to be the 1 out of 10, guys. That's why I'm getting excited. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to set up day parting, especially if you're a beginner and have never done it before. We're going to do it together. This is the results that you could potentially get. Obviously, every account is going to be different. Some results will vary. But in this particular instance, 32% lift in revenue with only one change. We added day parting to the PPC. The ACoS went down 2 percentage points, by the way, and we didn't have to spend very much more on advertising. So 2% down on ACoS. We did spend about 10% more on the PPC while we tested day parting, which led to a 32% revenue lift, which is very good. So excited to see these results. Anytime you can lower your ACoS and get your revenue to go up, those are generally two nice, good stats to have together. So let's dive in. So this is where you're going to be heading. To get to this location, I'm going to walk you through step by step. So we're going to go over to the campaign manager. And in here, you guys can see all of the revenue and results that I've done. I'm going to click on the lifetime button, so just so you guys get a quick gander at that. So you know, this is advertising of my own dollars on my account, Age of Sage. So I've spent $800,000 of my own money on Amazon ads with 1.7 million back in revenue. I am at the tip of my growth. So you can see all these bar charts are heading upward right now, which is always a good thing to see. Expecting a very killer Q4. I'll probably spend $250,000 in ads just in Q4 of 23 by itself. So what we're going to do next, I'm going to change that date range. We're going to go last 30 days now, and I'm winding down on my Halloween push as we go about doing this. I'm going to click into just the top keyword campaign and go into the settings of that campaign. So I actually just clicked it a couple times. So we're going to go right back in. Let's do the smudge sticks, actually. Let's click on that one. All right, so in here, we're going to go to campaign settings, and we're going to look at budget rules, actually. And in here, we're going to click Add Budget Rule. This will bring us to the spot you need to be to get this day parting thing set up. So in here, you could call this anything you like, anything that's new. You might want to just label it what it is, right? Day parting. So in here, you have some choices. Now, for those of you who just want to do a very easy setup, instead of doing day parting, you could choose performance and set up a different rule called performance, right? Increase your budget for return on ad spend, ROAS, advertising cost of sale, ACoS, or click-through rate, CTR, or conversion rate, CVR. All great metrics, things we love, right? And in here, you could change one of these rules, right? So when the ACoS is less than 30%, increase my bid 10%. Now, a rule like this is going to help you create a one-size-fits-all rule across the account. Now, you just got to be careful with this. If you decide to create multiple rules, they do stack. So if the ACoS is less than 30% and I hit Add Budget Rule, and then I go right around, and by the way, that's as easy as it is. We could hit Add Budget Rule and it'd be off to the races. Increase my bids 10% when ACoS is lower than 30% on the campaign. And this would be a good thing, generally, right? If your ACoS target's 35% and it's hitting 30%, increase your bids 10%, what that's going to do is spend more money and try and get more impressions. More impressions generally leads to more clicks leads to more conversions, and revenue will go up as a result. All that's directly related. Now, if you have it set up like this, it's a scalable solution, right? If the ACoS goes higher, it's going to lower bids automatically. So somebody might appreciate setting up a performance-based rule instead of a day parting rule. I would say performance rules are easier to set up, will not require as much testing, not require as much maintenance. However, day parting is more on schedule basis. And the reason you might want to do schedule basis instead of performance basis is because you might know when your customer is more likely to convert. And you don't want to waste clicks during certain hours of the day. So a performance-based rule is going to work at all times, but a schedule-based rule is going to work at specific times. And the advantage to stacking that could be that you know that nobody ever purchases your item at 2 a.m. on a Sunday. And so you don't want those curiosity clicks. Now, there's going to be some naysayers or some people that are going to go out and add a comment or two right now about how that's curiosity clicks and you hit them on the retargeting 7 days later and they eventually convert. And you would be right. However, it's more expensive. And if you're on a limited budget and you want to avoid diminishing returns, a scheduled basis can save you immediate points on ACoS. And so Amazon knows when the consumer is more likely to purchase, but they also like your advertising dollar revenue. And so they are basically incentivized to make you spend more as frequently as possible. And I think it was just the Q3 earnings report that just came out of Amazon, and Amazon was basically showing that it's the fastest growing revenue that Amazon has right now is on Amazon PPC. They're running out of space. They're adding new ad techniques. They got Amazon TV ads. They're just starting that right now. So there's a lot going on here. Now, as long as Amazon's making more money, they're going to add more tools. Why would they do that? They add more tools because then you'll spend more money even more. And there's diminishing returns without those tools being added. So that's why it's in Amazon's best interest to make your dollar go further at a certain point. However, when that diminishing return counterbalances, you'll see Amazon will do the inverse. For example, take auto, broad, and exact match. Everybody and their dogs for 3 years has been preaching exact match campaigns. What did that do? That meant the exact bids were 20, 30, sometimes even 40% higher than a broad match or an auto match bid, which means what? It means the guy that has the broad match campaign set up right now is getting a lower ACoS on those same terms. Now, they have to add some negations. That's true. It takes a little bit more maintenance. That's true as well. But that dude has lower ACoS. That dude is me. I am spending more on broad match campaigns than I am on exact match campaigns right now. And I'm one of the very few people out there who says that publicly. And that's because it's the Gary Vee strategy. You ever listen to Gary Vee? He talks about how certain social media platforms have a better bang for the buck at any given time. Right now, we know TikTok videos are the lowest bang for the buck. I said that backwards, didn't I? Best bang for the buck regardless. And so if you go to TikTok, which is convoluted, difficult, how do you get UGC? I mean, just a huge mess, right? But that's why it's cheaper. You can get more impressions for the same dollar. Your PPC just goes a lot further. Amazon PPC has been spiking. It's like, up 10% one year, up 25% the next year. It just keeps going up. It's probably going to always go up until at one point the platform crashes and then all of a sudden TikTok's the next Amazon. It won't happen for a couple of years. TikTok doesn't have the infrastructure, and Godspeed for all of us if it's the Chinese and the TikTokers taking over and beating Amazon at its own game. But most other platforms aren't going to do it, right? Walmart, they bought Jet. They couldn't integrate it. Pretty crappy experience. I don't know about you if you've ever gone down to Walmart grocery pickup. It's a terrible experience. Target's kind of a sleeper. You go to Target grocery pickup, it's an amazing experience. But I just don't know how much interest they have on becoming a marketplace, right? You always hear about Amazon native born brands. And they exist because Amazon allows a brand to start on Amazon, not sell anywhere else, and be profitable. That doesn't exist on Walmart. That doesn't exist on a lot of other platforms, Etsy, eBay, Target, etc. But soon that could change. In the meantime, Amazon's adding tools like this. So I had to get a little bit of inherency out there and explain why they would be adding a tool like this. So now, here is the day parting strategy. So in here, you can set anything up by day or by week. Now, Some of you may not know this, but certain days of the week perform better on Amazon. Typically speaking, that is going to be your Mondays and your Sundays for most brands. A lot of people will argue with me about Sundays, but if you are asking me what day of the week I would launch a product, I will tell you Sunday every single time. Monday would be my second choice. And the reason for that is Sunday and Mondays are historically the highest revenue dates, and then followed by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, in that order. And a lot of people going back to the office on Monday, they make a lot of purchases on that day. They're fresh, they're looking to do things. So whatever your own brand's experience, you can go in there and you can look up sales by date, right? So if we go into my account right now, we go over to business reports real briefly, see if I can even find them on the fly here. I'm gonna go reports, business reports, and we go look at some of the sales data. We got sale by time, right? So if we just looked at, let's say, yesterday, let's click on yesterday's date and hit apply. We can see that sales peaked at 2 p.m. yesterday on Sunday. And you can see the data from a year ago as well, right? Typically, you'll see the same sort of spikes and valleys on an average. Now, obviously, if you look at an isolated specific date, all bets are off. You never know. You're going to have a different thing every day. And so the more data you look at, the more accurate it becomes. But nonetheless, it's directional. There is a bell curve here. If we drew a bell curve onto this right now, it would, without a doubt, you'd see the top of the bell curve would be between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. in this particular instance. You could expand that all the way to 6 p.m. But historically, and each date's going to have a little bit different. So if we go, let's do October 1st to the 7th like this. See what this looks like. You can see the sales by date and get a kind of a gander, right? So October 1st to October 7th there, that first was a Sunday, Saturday was a 7th. Where does it peak? In my particular instance, in this particular week, it peaks on the 4th. The 4th was a Wednesday, and then it starts to teeter down. So I told you right before I started showing you my actual results that Sunday and Monday were the best. Is that true in this particular instance? Pretty much. So you got Monday and Sunday right there. They're doing pretty good. Wednesday peaks a little bit. Let's look at the exact revenues. So 78, 90, 70, 76, 55. So Sunday was the largest and the biggest. And Monday and Wednesday were about equal. And then Tuesday dipped, and then Thursday fell off a cliff, and Friday went to sleep, and Saturday doesn't even exist, right? Just down the tube. So this is generally similar to what I expect. And if we added more and more data into this, I would ascertain, based on my personal results and what I see on most accounts, Sunday and Mondays are the best. So with that in mind, you could come in here, select Monday and Sunday, and hit run all day. And then when certain events happen, you could say, hey, during Sundays and Mondays, just increase my my percentage increase right there. So this would allow you to increase the budget by any percent of your choosing based on those particular days of the week. Now, the downside is I don't currently see a way to adjust the bid based on these rules. And so I looked into the ad group settings. There's no rule-based ad group settings at this point, right? So you can go into the history, you can go into the search terms, you can go into the negatives, the targeting, and the ads, but there is no rule based on ad bid changes based on what I'm seeing so far. So you can see there's budget rules, but there's not bid-based rules. And that's really stinky, right? Because I know that I would way prefer to be able to set a bid change based on certain times a week, not a budget change. So this is where Amazon is throwing us like a tenth of a bone, but not the full bone. Like 90% of the bone is going to be based on bid changes. And so right now, you're going to have to do something that I really dislike doing, and that is limit your budget spends during certain time periods, right? So the way that you're going to have to do this is say, hey, on during, let's say, during these time periods between 12 a.m. and 8 a.m., and there's no decrease functionality. So I was just about to say we could do a decrease strat, but that's not even gonna work. So what you're gonna have to do is take the times that you know works, hit 11 a.m. to say 11 p.m., and increase my budget 100%, and hit add budget rule. And then what you'd have to do is go into the campaign and set the budget, which currently is at 200, and pull it all the way back to say $75. So that way it's capping out on its budget during the non 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. hours, that 12-hour stretch, and then increasing the budget during that time period. The other thing I don't like is the ability to the fact they don't have a decrease option, right? So if I wanted to set up, say, a week parting and say, I know Saturdays stink for me, there's no decrease function. I would have to, in essence, limit my budget. Let's say my normal budget's $200. I would change that to, say, $75 and then hit an increase of that budget 100% on every day except Saturday. So I really dislike the fact that Amazon isn't giving me decreased capacities. It's a pretty big miss in the UI, but I do think they will add this at a later point because it's going to be the #1 requested feature. Not only that, they're going to have to add bid changes, not just budget-based campaign rules, because for the most part, if you're following a lot of what we teach, you don't ever want to limit your campaign budgets. This is the first time where there's a use case on why you might have to if you want to do day parting. And so because of that, right? So if we go back to my campaign manager, you'd be hard pressed to find very many campaigns that hit their cap, right? We scroll down. So let's see what this one's got an error message. So this one's missing impressions because it's got a buy box issue, right? But if you keep going down, you're not going to see like a budget cap issue, right? I usually keep my budgets pretty healthy, pretty high. You can see $200 there, 50 there, 100 there. And so I think that's the best way to run it because you want to do, I get my best results when I do bid management, not by campaign budget management. And so when day parting adds the ability to do bid management changes and increase and decrease my bids by certain times of day straight in the UI, that is the day I'm going to be extremely excited. But until then, there are some performance-based metrics and campaign budgets that you can do in the meantime, whether you decide to schedule it by hour, by day, or use a performance-based rule to increase your budget when the ACoS goes down. It will incentivize Amazon to spend more of your campaigns, give them more impressions during times where it's going well, which means you don't have to do all of the changes yourself manually. You're getting aided by some automation. We personally at My Amazon Guide do not use any PPC automation today. What we do is we use rule-based macro changes and we'll download it into bulk sheets. So if you haven't learned how to do bulk sheets yet, that is your next chore. And you got to swallow the frog on this one. It's not an easy one. So watch this video next. If you want to learn how to do bulk sheets, they did change to a 2.0 structure rather recently, and you got to learn it all over again. But it's a good thing. A lot of good changes in that UI. So go learn bulk sheets next, test out some campaign day parting rules, and leave a comment with what you've learned about this so far.